27 ongoing projects that will transform the economy of Africa. Africa is a fast-developing continent with multiple mega-projects that will transform the continent. These projects are of great economic and social value to both the citizens and the government. They provide job opportunities, improve the quality of life, and make the cities attractive to investors. Welcome to the channel and thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button as we post daily videos on the African continent. The first on the list is cement plant in Nigeria. A contract between Mangal Industries and Sinoma International Engineering, based in China, has been signed for the delivery of a 3 million tons per year new integrated cement plant in the northern state of Kogi, Nigeria. When it is operational in early 2024, the plant will cost $600 million and create thousands of jobs. A dedicated 50 megawatts power plant will also be built for the plant by Sinoma International Engineering. The factory will use the best technology on the market to produce cement in accordance with the strictest environmental regulations. Mangal is strategically investing in the Nigerian cement sector in an effort to close the enormous infrastructure and housing gaps in the region's largest economy. This investment demonstrates Mangal's confidence in the country's economic outlook, as well as its commitment to the infrastructure and economic development of Nigeria. Number 2. The Grand Inga Dam in DR Congo. The Grand Inga Dam is being constructed in the DRC on the Congo River. 40,000 megawatts of power are anticipated to be produced by the project. This is almost as big as China's Three Gorges Dam and would be enough to power almost half of Africa. Number 3. The new capital of Egypt. Housing units in Egypt's new administrative capital is under construction. The smart city, 45 kilometers east of Cairo, is divided into 25 commercial and 21 residential districts. By the end of 2022, it is anticipated that the transfer of government ministries, foreign embassies, parliament and presidential palaces will have cost $45 billion. 4. Dangote Oil Refinery, Nigeria. The Dangote Oil Refinery project is on track to surpass all other oil refineries in size, with a daily capacity of 650,000 barrels. The facility, which will be built in Nigeria, will spur economic expansion. It is estimated to cost $14 billion and create thousands of jobs. Number 5. Konza Technology City, Kenya. A smart city project called Konza Technology City will be developed in the east of the nation. Upon completion, it is anticipated that the project, which is a component of the nation's Vision 2030 blueprint, will generate roughly 17,000 high-value direct jobs and an additional 68,000 indirect jobs. It is primarily targeted at business process outsourcing, software development, data centers, disaster recovery centers, and research institutions. The project, which is 64 kilometers south of Nairobi, is modeled after Silicon Valley in the United States, hence the name African Silicon Savannah. The project will cost $14.5 billion in total. Number 6. Lagos-Calabar New Railway, Nigeria. One of Africa's largest infrastructure initiatives is without doubt the $1 billion, 1,400-kilometer Lagos-Calabar Railway. Amero Metro Inc., a company based in the United States, is now pursuing the project after a Chinese company was initially given the contract but was unable to raise the required funds. The Port Harcourt, Uyo and Aba cities will be connected by the Lagos-Calabar Railway when it is finished, making it easy to transport goods and services throughout the region. 7. The Grand Dam, Ethiopia. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, formerly the Millennium Dam, is a gravity dam that is being constructed in Benishangul Gumuz, Ethiopia, on the Blue Nile River. The 6,000 megawatt dam's construction started in 2011 and it's currently 70% finished, far behind schedule for the completion date in July 2017. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, when finished, will be the 7th largest hydroelectric power plant in the world and the largest in Africa. The reservoir's water level will be reached in 5 to 15 years, according to estimates. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is being built, but Egypt and Sudan are at odds with Ethiopia over this. Downstream from Ethiopia on the Nile, Egypt and Sudan both worry about their water supplies and see this project as a danger. 8. Solar photovoltaic plants, Zimbabwe. For its mining operations in Zimbabwe, Zimplats, a subsidiary of the South African mining company Impala Platinum, will soon have 285 megawatt peak solar photovoltaic plants. In order to get permission to carry out this project, Zimplats has already submitted applications to the Zimbabwe Energy Regulatory Authority. 2 solar photovoltaic plants will be built as part of this project. In order to support mining operations and power concentrators, the larger one with a capacity of 105 megawatts peak will be installed in Ngezi. The second solar power facility will have an 80 megawatts peak capacity. The facility will be in the town of Selous and it will run a concentrator and smelter there. The project has an estimated budget of $201 million. 9. Hydroelectric power project, Nigeria. Nigeria is constructing a massive hydroelectric dam to boost its energy output. One of Africa's largest construction projects is the Mambila Hydroelectric Power Project, which has been in works for more than 30 years. Shino Hydro Corp of China is developing the $5.8 billion project, which will connect 3 dams in Taraba State, Nigeria, across the Dongo River. 3,050 megawatts of electricity will be available from the facility's total installed capacity. Construct Africa announced in May 2020 that an arbitration case that has been causing the project's delay had been resolved. Number 10. Nacala Corridor Rail and Port Project, Mozambique. One of the largest construction projects in Africa is the Nacala Corridor Rail and Port Project in Mozambique. The Nacala Rail and Port Project will construct a 912 rail line through Malawi from Mozambique's Tete province to the Nacala port on the country's eastern coast. A deep sea port and related terminal infrastructure are also being built as part of the project at Nacala. The estimated cost of the project is $5 billion. Number 11. Lekki Deep Sea Port, Nigeria. In the Ibeju-Lekki axis of Lagos State, Lekki Deep Sea Port is currently being built. The project is one of the biggest of its kind in West Africa. It is a project that the Nigerian government and reputable partners are supporting. The project's actual launch has faced numerous difficulties over the years, ranging from financial limitations to its viability. However, the Nigerian government had previously set the completion date as 2021. The venture will cost $1.2 billion. Number 12. Pinnacle Towers, Kenya. The project is located at Upper Hill, a rapidly expanding financial hub in Nairobi, and is being led by 2 sizable investors, Has Petroleum and White Lotus. The 900-foot-tall twin Pinnacle Towers will have 70 floors, including Africa's highest viewing deck, a helipad, 200 residential units, 20 floors of offices, and basement parking. The project is expected to cost $200 million in total. 13. Rabat Bouregreg Tower, Morocco. China Railway Construction Corporation, BMCE Bank of Africa in Morocco, and Travaux Généraux de Construction de Casablanca, the country's top construction firm, are leading the project. The structure will be the tallest tower in Africa, standing 250 meters tall, having 55 floors and occupying an area of 86,000 square meters. The tower will use environmentally friendly and sustainable design principles. It will reportedly include businesses, lodging options, and opulent residences. The project will cost an enormous $375 million US. 14. Modderfontein New City, South Africa. Chinese companies investing in Africa will use $8 billion in Modderfontein megacity, which is being built in Johannesburg's Modderfontein neighborhood. The Shanghai Zendai Group designed the 1,600-hectare metropolis, which will be known as Modderfontein megacity. This is the company's first venture estate. In the upcoming 15 to 20 years, construction of the proposed Modderfontein city, whose groundbreaking ceremony took place in 2015, is anticipated to finish. One of South Africa's largest construction projects, the Modderfontein megacity will have elements for business, industry, and housing. 15. Huge solar park, Tunisia. Tunisia's 4.5 gigawatt mega project would use submarine cables to transmit electricity to Malta, Italy, and France. According to The Guardian, the resulting solar complex would cover an area 3 times the size of Manhattan and utilize the Saharan sun's energy through a number of 200-meter-tall towers. The sun would shine through hundreds of thousands of parabolic mirrors onto these towers, heating molten salt inside of them. This heated water would then be boiled, creating enough steam to drive turbines that could electrify 2 million homes in Europe. The only question is, why is the power being used out of Africa? I guess we'll find out. 16. The 6th of October City, Monorail, Egypt. This is a section of Egypt's 2-line rail system that is currently being built. The 6th of October Monorail connects 6 stations, including Gamait El Dewal Station, El Marusia, Hyper 1, Juhania, El Hossari, and Industrial Zone and Express Train. It connects the Giza Governorate with the 6th of October and Sheikh Zayed cities. The rail is 42 kilometers long in total. 17. Greater Tortue Ahmeyin Project, Senegal. This liquefied natural gas project is located between Mauritania and Senegal in deep offshore water. When the facility is finished, it will be able to produce 10 million tons of LNG annually. Phases of the project will be carried out. It's interesting to note that Phase 1's development started in 2019. The facility will begin producing LNG in commercial quantities by the end of this year. The deepest offshore project in Africa is called the Greater Tortue Ahmeyin Project. 18. Expansion of the Suez Canal, Egypt. The Egyptian government's plan to widen the Suez Canal is unquestionably one of the largest building initiatives in the continent. An essential maritime route linking Europe and Asia is the Suez Canal. It is also a significant source of income for Egypt. The canal's previous expansion work was completed in 2015. However, additional extensions are planned by the Egyptian government. The plan calls for extending the canal's southernmost 30 kilometers to its southernmost 70 kilometers. Additionally, the dam will be dredged in order to raise the canal's depth from 66 feet to 72 feet. Ships will be able to navigate the canal more easily as a result, and the likelihood of another ever-given event will decrease. 19. Kakulo Kabasa Dam, Angola. This is a hydroelectric power plant under construction in Angola. The Kakulo Kabasa Dam will house the biggest hydroelectric station in the country, with an expected capacity of 2,172 megawatts. The dam is 103 meters high, 553 meters wide, and will cost about $4.5 billion. Angola will use most of the 2,172 megawatts of electricity generated by the dam. The rest will be exported to countries in Southern Africa. 20. National Railway Project, Ghana. To improve logistics, the Ghanaian government is building a network of connected rail lines. The railway will link Ghana's important cities and vital mineral locations. Rehabilitating the colonial railway, which is in poor shape, is another aspect of the project. The old colonial railway in Ghana is 947 kilometers long. The new railway project now has a total length of 4,600 kilometers. The project's estimated cost is $21.5 billion. 21. F Tower, Ivory Coast. The F Tower, a 283-meter tall skyscraper, is another ambitious building project in Africa. The structure will be situated in Abidjan, Ivory Coast capital. After the iconic tower in Egypt, the F Tower will be the second tallest skyscraper in Africa once it is finished. A 200-seat auditorium and 64 stories of office space make up the F Tower. The project is anticipated to begin in 2022 and will finish between 2024 and 2025. 22. Grand Egyptian Museum, Egypt. On a plot of land measuring 480,000 square meters, there is this archaeological museum. The Grand Egyptian Museum, which will cost about $550 million, will be the biggest archaeological museum in the world. The entire Tutankhamun collection will be housed there, along with other artifacts from the ancient Egyptian culture. The museum also has 22 mummies, the Khufu ship, and the solar bark on display. In November 2022, the museum will be officially opened. 23. Kribi Deep Seaport, Cameroon. The Kribi Deep Seaport will be the largest port in Cameroon and one of the largest in Africa. The first phase of the project was completed in 2015. The second phase completes the expansion of the quay's length by 700 meters and was put into use. However, the country will likely start seeing the benefits of having the largest seaport in this year. 24. The El Hamdania Project, Algeria. The port of El Hamdania will be the second largest deep-water port on the continent. It will likely become the main hub serving North African countries and the Mediterranean. The location of the port gives it a strategic advantage over Morocco's Tangier port. 25. Medupi Power Project, South Africa. Construction of the Medupi Power Station in South Africa began in May 2008, with the first unit commissioned on February 2012. The project will feed into the national electricity grid, and the entire country will benefit from a reliable power supply that will be developed as part of the project. 26. Lesotho Highlands Water Project, South Africa. Lesotho Highlands Water Project is the largest binational infrastructure project that is being carried out by Lesotho in South Africa. The project involves the construction of an intricate network of tunnels and dams to divert water from the mountains of Lesotho to South Africans. 27. Meerkat Telescope Square Kilometer Array Project, South Africa. The Meerkat Telescope project is part of the $2 billion Square Kilometer Array Telescope that is being developed by 3 countries, which are South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. South Africa will develop the largest portion of the project, about 70%, alongside 7 other African states. Most of these projects focus on addressing key problems like energy, logistics, and transportation, so a big kudos to Africa. Is there a huge project in your country that we did not capture in this report? Feel free to share it in the comment box below. Also make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the notifications bell so you'll be notified every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching.